Buenos días, damas y caballeros. Me llamo Dylan Javier Bárcena y yo soy de Perú y a mí me gusta la música peruana y la comida peruana y a mí me gusta viajar.
So, I'm Bob Farwell. I am the director of the Otis Library, and we have been one of the venues where we've been able to showcase the music of Mr. Frink, and it's a pleasure to be able to introduce you to the facility and also to answer a few pre-planned questions about what music means to me and what I expect to get out of the concert that is forthcoming.
Welcome everybody. We're honored to be hosting this concert, and we're so glad that you have come here to join us. And already the sampling of the music is really special. The themes in this concert really resonate pretty deeply with us here at Castle. The themes of immigration and gentle neighbors and many of the other aspects in this program. And I love the heartfelt creative process that Rezu has been I could feel the inspiration behind it, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. She's asked me to just remind you to keep your phones on silent and enjoy it. Thank you. My name's Adam, if I didn't say it, we're here at Castle Church, and it's just a privilege to an honor to host you.
Hola, me gustaría darte las gracias por venir a disfrutar esta música maravillosa, para incluir esta cultura y su arte y por ser parte de una comunidad que promueve a la gente bilingüe. Hi, thank you all for coming today to enjoy beautiful music both in Spanish and English, embracing arts and culture and being part of a community that promotes bilingual speakers. Within the Norwich public school systems, over 33 languages are spoken. A lot of the times, the focus is on how diversified we are as a community, our differences. it is also as important to look at our commonalities, embrace and promote how we all are very special and how we always look to making our world and community a better place. A very special thank you to all of you for being here today to support bilingual speakers, the arts and culture and music as a form of expression, to tell stories and to bring awareness, whether it is a shared joy or the challenges that we as humans experience. A very special thank you to Connecticut Humanities, who believes in Global City Norwich's mission to bring vibrancy and culture to downtown Norwich, and through a generous grant that has brought today to life. Thank you to Adam Bowles and Castle Church for having us all come together under this roof to witness beauty and music in both Spanish and English. Most of all, thank you to Resu Espinosa Frink for continuing a legacy that the late Charles Frink started many, many years ago because he believes in the youth and his love for languages and bilingual speakers and music, something he felt needs to be shared with the world. Hope you all enjoy the show as much as I will. Thank you.
I'm Suki Lagrito. I'm the Global City Norwich liaison, and I am here to help bring diversity and cultural awareness, excitement, and vibrancy into the downtown area of Norwich. Music has been a part of my life since I was a little girl. I used to sing with a professional choir called the Vancouver Bach Children's Choir, and we were taught to sing in all different languages: Spanish, French, Latin, English, you name it, Italian. And because of music, it has conveyed different messages and historical aspects, teaching and educating me in ways that just absolutely blew my mind. From listening to the Beatles, to Edith Piaf, to Django Reinhardt, to Bad Bunny, Drake, you know, from rap to hip hop to classical, Bach, Beethoven, you name it. I've learned so much that just through time, it's like going back in time and learning about all of the generations and how we have, as humans, shaped the past and the future, and it really has inspired me.
Hi, my name is Gia Denizard. I am Puerto Rican and I moved here 3 years ago and I'm loving it so far.
Is it interesting to live in a multicultural society?
Yes, because you can show others who you really are. You could show them, oh, this is my culture. I'm proud of it.
Muy bien. ¿Y cómo lo podemos celebrar?
We can celebrate it by festivals, carnivals, and dances and songs and stuff like that.
Muy bien. ¿Y es difícil ser bilingüe en Estados Unidos hoy?
Sometimes, because people might not understand you or people might make fun of you, but that's okay because that's who we really are.
¿Cómo puede la música y el público mejorar el mundo?
Well, sometimes music can help people through sad times, and sometimes it can be, like me, I love listening to music. It makes me calm, and yeah.
Buenas tardes. Estamos en el Museo Lyman Allen, en las afueras de New London, en la ruta 32, que nos lleva a la Reserva India de los Mohegans y a Norwich. Soy Resurrección Espinosa Frink, a la coordinadora de Bank Street Blues Bilingual, que es un proyecto artístico que estamos desarrollando para acercarnos a un público cuya visión de la vida no está limitada por el uso exclusivo del inglés. Ofrecemos una versión del proyecto artístico enraizado en las comunidades multiculturales que abrazan todas las lenguas, culturas y puntos de vista. Es un proyecto que contribuye a amistad y calidad artística, con la esperanza que eche raíces en la vida de las gentes. Y también sugerir un modelo de diálogo que haga posible el cambio positivo a largo plazo. Anthropologists believe that the purpose of music, that's way back at the beginning of our journey as humans, was for parents to let their infants know that they were present while they were actually out gathering food. And so we in Bank Street Blues Bilingual are present in the great issues of our time: social justice, multilingual and multicultural communities, the function of art in our personal lives, and how do we influence culture to achieve positive and lasting change.
My name is Adiel Emmanuel Torres, and I like soccer, and I hope to be a soccer player one day.
What do you like to do in Norwich?
I like to ride bikes around, skateboard.
Nice. Are you going to learn Spanish soon?
I'm going to try because my dad speaks Spanish, my mom, basically my whole entire family speaks Spanish, so I have to learn it so I can speak it and understand it.
Bueno, la música pues nos trae quizás también muchos recuerdos, las músicas nos traen muchas enseñanzas, hay músicas que nosotros nos llena el sentimiento y el alma de quizás recordar pasados de nuestras antigüedades, quizás de nuestras familias, recuerdos y todo. La música es algo muy excelente para cada uno de nosotros y a través de la música también pues podemos transmitir y aprender muchas cosas buenas.
La música es algo importante en nuestra vida porque la música nos tiene más en la vida más activosa, más entretenimiento. Como la música, hay de muchas nacionalidades de música que escuchan merengue, que es bachata, así como en nuestro Perú nosotros escuchamos lo que es cultural, costumbrista, es el guayno costumbrista, y eso no solamente en el Perú, sino internacionalmente, sobre todo acá en Norwich, sobre todo esa música nos enseña a compenetrar con nuestras familias, sea en cumpleaños, en fiestas, sea en festividades grandes como el evento de nuestra independencia del Perú, o como nuestra fiesta Señor de los Milagros, que es muy grande internacionalmente.
Music means to me a lot of things, like remember people that we lost, bands, and all this stuff.
I try to sing in English. I hope I do quite well. It's hard to be bilingual, and I can barely spell. Oh, but all I see assures me I scarcely need to tell what I know. Yes, my belly comes first. Sí, primero. Yo sé que mi planta comes first.
Dr. Wade, I'm from the Coast Guard Academy, and I wanted to thank Resu for organizing this, Adam for having us here in this gorgeous space, and all the folks that made this possible. But thanks to the musicians for that beautiful rendition. That was wonderful. We've got some questions in the program, and hopefully folks were able to follow along with the lyrics, right? And moving forward, hopefully you continue following the lyrics in the program, and you can make some connections between your lived experiences and what we're hearing said in the song, and then what the music brings to us too, right? And so the first question is a line or a pair of lines in the song that say, y las líneas dicen aquí, so I try to sing in English. I hope I do quite well. And I thought, pues eso se conecta a la experiencia de los inmigrantes, ¿no? Y al ser bilingüe, o aprender a ser bilingüe, porque uno no siempre comienza siendo bilingüe, right? We don't always start being bilingual. I was lucky that my parents were Colombian immigrants, and I was born with both languages, Spanish in the house and English, well, virtually everywhere else. But that challenge of thinking in two languages, experiencing and recreating the world around us in two languages, and communicating with people in two languages is often sort of isolating, right? You'd think a second language would make you more connected. That's not always the case. And I wondered if anybody here could talk about any experiences with either being an immigrant or siendo bilingüe, being bilingual. I don't know how many of us have that experience, being in a place where you are not the majority. And before you answer, I'm going to ask if anybody that would like to share could come up so that the microphone can pick up the voice, just because otherwise the recording will not be able to pick you up. Would you like to come up? Wonderful, thank you. Muchas gracias.
So after I got through college and raising two kids and working two jobs and going to Connecticut College and finally graduating at 36 and running an agency for a few years, and then went to grad school in Austin, Texas, and ended up in a relationship that helped me become fully bilingual, which was very exciting. And he was a mariachi musician, so it was, yeah, but unfortunately he sang tenor and I was soprano, so it was very hard to harmonize. No, it didn't work out the way I'd hoped. But anyway, I ended up running a women's crisis center just south of Austin, Texas. And we had one of the women in our shelter. I remember asking her in Spanish if she spoke English, and she said, yeah. And I went, and I said, well, it's wonderful to be bilingual, isn't it? And she said, let me tell you something. When I grew up in this town, San Marcos, Texas, when you went to school, you grew up with parents who spoke only English, and your aunts and uncles and Spanish, and everyone you knew spoke Spanish, and you showed up at school, and every time you spoke in Spanish, you were hit. And I'll tell you, is that an awakening? You know, here we're thinking, I'm like bilingual now, you know, and it's a totally different experience. It's such an aha moment. Okay, so they want me to try to do this in Spanish. Okay, I'll shorten it a little. Cuando yo estaba estudiando en Austin, Texas, por mi maestra en trabajo social, yo visitaba en México varios tiempos y poco a poco yo podría hablar en los dos lenguajes, inglés y español. Yo tenía un novio mexicano, un cantante, cantador, cantante de mariachi, muy guapo. Cuando yo recibió mi maestra de trabajo social, yo empecé un trabajo en un centro de mujeres y niños en crisis. En crisis, sí. Y con un domicilio por la familia para estar seguras de un hombre violento. Y yo estaba hablando con una mamá, una mujer en nuestra, how do you say shelter? ¿Cómo? Albergue. Y yo le pregunté si ella habla inglés. Y ella me respondió, sí, yes. Entonces mi respuesta era, oh, qué bueno que estar bilingüal, ser bilingüal. Y ella me explicó cuando ella estaba niña en San Marcos, Texas, vivía con su familia y todos hablaron en español, todos, mamá, papá, abuelo, abuelas, todos. Y cuando entró la escuela, cada vez que usó una palabra en español, estaba golpeado. Y entonces yo aprendí la diferencia por mi experiencia como una persona de dominant class. Sí, de la cultura dominante, como él dijo. Para estar bilingüal y la experiencia de esta mujer y muchas otras que yo conocí allá en Texas, que tenían una experiencia totalmente diferente.
No, sí, muchas gracias, muy bien, muy bien. Y a ver si hay otras experiencias de otros que han entrado en una cultura que no es la suya, sea ya por nacionalidad, por raza, por clase, por ser de la primera generación en la universidad, ese tipo de cosas, y cómo les fue con eso. So my question is, does anyone else have any experience being introduced into a culture that is not their own, whether that means through nationality, their language, race or ethnicity, being a first generation college student and not knowing what to do? ¿Usted también, señora? Por favor, venga.
Gracias. Buenas tardes. Sí, como dice la canción, es bien difícil cuando uno viene a otro país, ¿verdad? Y tiene que hablar otra lengua. Y es bien difícil porque uno quiere como hablarlo igual como habla, por ejemplo, en mi caso, el español, que yo quiero hablarlo así como hablaba el español. Pero, bueno, gracias a Dios que aquí encontramos personas que nos tienen paciencia, ¿verdad? Y nos ayudan a comunicarnos. Pero bueno, es interesante. A mí siempre me han gustado como conocer otras culturas, otras lenguas, ¿verdad? Es muy interesante. Y no, pues mi experiencia ha sido esa, ¿verdad? Que yo puedo como más, because they're saying I want to speak like, speak Spanish, but I try. I know I'm going to do it. So, yeah, poco a poco. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Muy bien, that was great. Do we have, yes, please, come on up. Por favor. ¿Y se puede en español y en inglés? Muy bien.
I'm gonna start English. that okay? Okay, so I came here in '85. I was a child that was adopted from Honduras. And so I was the only one that was pretty much Latina in Griswold. So it's 10 minutes from here. And it was very difficult, but I was accepted. My husband is here. Is Adam. We've known each other since we're 11. So it's been a long time now. We have 2 girls and he's the pastor of this church. So yeah, I understand very much how people feel coming here and starting a new culture, a new language, a new everybody, and a new family for me. I didn't really understand it all, but quickly within 6 months I was put in school and had some help. So I guess when you're a bit younger you can learn a little bit more. Yeah. Cuando vine aquí en 1985, cuando fui adoptada, cuando estaba pequeñita, y era bien difícil estar aquí. La una latina que estaba en la escuela de Griswold, me sentí muy diferente, pero todo fue bien, gracias a Dios, y aprendí el inglés en 6 meses, me pusieron en la escuela, y en 2018, mi esposo, se me olvidó, well, I'm going to tell you in English as well. Mi esposo arregló un viaje para mí, para ir a Costa Rica, y conocí a mi mamá, mi propia mamá, y mis hermanos, y los hijos de ellos, y mis sobrinos, sobrinas. So fue una bendición, él lo planeó, gracias a Dios. So in 2018, my husband, he arranged a trip for me to go to Costa Rica, and my mom was there from Honduras, was living there, so I was able to, visiting there, was able to visit her, and we were able to meet after 36 years. 36 años la miré.
So powerful. Thank you. Muchas gracias. Wow, that's incredible.
Vendré ese día en que no haya sol, seré para ti más que luz. Oh God, ilusión que viene tu corazón a la barcas de partir, y nada más, y nada más. Verás que tus días desarrollan con cantos que hablan de paz. Cuando quieras tú de mi amor, si yo vendré, mi luz es tu sendero, vendré sin faltar, para ti estaré, me iré si te turba mi ardor, me iré donde tú no me sientas y tú no querrás lo que me vaya a hacer, que me llamarás, me llamarás, y yo vendré.
Thank you.
So I might not have these intense experiences like you guys had, because I'm from Punjab, but there are English medium schools in state of Punjab as well. So when I was doing my studies, from 3rd, 4th grade, we were introduced to English. So it wasn't too foreign for me when I came here for my studies. But the experiences that overall our community has shared, some of them are very terrible. Like even my own parents who know English, but of course we do have different accents. Like British accent is different, American is different. So sometimes they don't even feel comfortable doing something simple as calling AT&T for something, because they think people not gonna take them seriously just because they do have accent. So, and a lot of my work, I have always focused on multilingual signs around the city. And thank you to our leadership who has always supported me in these kind of activities. Even when we were promoting a simple message, please wear a mask, I was there outside City Hall with 13 different languages with that message. Because I know it is very important for all of us who speak different languages. We do connect better to our native language. And we also feel that this is something serious and we should go for it. So I have always vouched for, resources in different languages in California. I feel very proud that there are a lot of Sikh community, and even the driving test they have introduced in Punjabi language. So, and of course, I'm not going to speak Punjabi here because I don't see any audience at this point. But of course, you might have program on Facebook. But the way I'm coming from is especially some of these people, like Sikh community, I don't want to go too seriously, but oppressor, when attack somebody, it couldn't be direct attack. It can attack you and deprive you from your language, from your history, from your art. So that's why these things are very important, what we are doing today. Art and music, these are universal languages. We can all feel that, even though we might not completely understand something. So some of the music, when it was in Spanish and before I read the English translation, I could feel those vibes. So, and some of these things I could relate, maybe in a different way, but I can still relate to that. So I think it's a wonderful opportunity, and everybody get the opportunity to come and interact. So I am very glad, and these kind of efforts should be replicated every week, So thank you.
Thank you. Muchas gracias.
First of all, thank you. Thank you for being here, and thank you for this awesome presentation and allowing us to speak. But I can't speak from this from a personal standpoint of the domestic violence or violence that is happening to our children. But as a result of this past year with COVID, there were many days where at the school or within the community that we were notified of the escalation of the increase of domestic violence, as well as children's lives being put at risk. And so this song, I could see this song being written by a young girl who, especially relating it today, I don't know how long ago the song was written, this poetry was written, but it very well would be relevant to today, that I could see a young person having this experience and looking for that day when a friend would come, because the days were dark. They didn't have to wait for the nighttime. This was happening in clear daylight. So I want to thank you for including this today. My only regret is that more young people are not here to hear this.
Ok, buenas tardes. Vamos a hacer este programa bilingüe. Vamos a hablar un poquito en español y en inglés también. Y las canciones van a ser también cantadas en español y en inglés. With our songs, we are present in the great issues of our times, such as social justice, biracial youth, bilingual populations that have left other lands behind, and they are still trying to connect to their cultures. So I do think that this is a great way of start to think about how we can improve our community through art. So after every song, and I want to introduce the singers. The singer is Margaret Tyler, and she used to sing with Charles, so she has worked with him, and she's great. Her Spanish is very good. And then we have Bill Groff, our pianist, and James Hunter, and Che Cautafalsa. So please be present and look at our notes. In the back of the program, all the songs have been transcribed in Spanish and in English, so you can follow them. And thank you very much for being here. Muchas gracias.
It is a way of bridging differences and appreciating each other without at a level that's important, and it can lead to more productive dialogues and conversations, and it gets you beyond the sense of someone being part of that great other, whoever that happens to be. You're able to better understand the individual and not make broad generalizations about them and who they are, especially in the context of the library and the services it provides to the community. That's particularly important because we are a center of community activity. We're a multicultural society, and that's especially clear if you spend any time in Norwich. So I hope that, and I believe that programs like this one are a way of bringing together members of the community and giving them, an understanding and appreciation for each other, for their antecedents, for their cultures, and also for the commonalities that we have in making a community like Norwich work.
My name is Carl Chakras Jennings. I'm the photographer, videographer, and editor of composer of two cities, Norwich, New London, Charles Frink story, Bank Street Blues 1 and 2, Bank Street Blues Street Bilingual. Bank Street Blues Bilingual Part 3 is dedicated to the youth. It's dedicated to the diversity of who we are as a community, as a society. It is dedicated to the immigrant, the person who has migrated from other places in the world to America and faces the challenge of language barriers, of education and opportunities, but nonetheless are able to make a contribution to society as they overcome the trials and tribulations and struggles to succeed and be successful. Diversity is the greatest power and the greatest force that we have. So many different cultures, different religions, different languages makes the United States of America such a great country that it is. Examining Charles's life was an examination of American history, the Depression, different wars, the Civil Rights Movement, the LGBTQ community struggle, women's rights struggle. Different aspects are composed and combined in Charles's life and his story and the things that he wrote about and the things, his music that he expressed. Again, Bank Street Blues Part 3 is dedicated to the youth. It's dedicated to the community. It's dedicated to a new audience, worldwide and international.